Welcome back, guys. Our second series is about to start. We're a little bit behind schedule. We had 3 pretty long games, actually, in the previous series. Best of 3 went to 3 games, but check out the VODs if you didn't see the result from that one. I'm Durka here in the JD Studios, and we've got Boreal Esports going up against Complexity Gaming. Now, Complexity, a little bit of a changed roster here, and Boreal with a stand-in there. Crit, actually, going to be playing with them, but Complexity, Swindle Melons, Way2, Z-Freak, MJW, Zizzy. A few little changes here and there. But the picks and bans so far. Techie's taken out. You don't want that Tusk Techie's combo. Leshrac and Shadow Fiend. Yeah, pretty okay bans, but allowing the Lina to go through is kind of interesting. You're picking up the Gyro Wisp, but Lina, her timings often do coincide pretty nicely with the Gyros. You get the Yule Scepter, you can rotate onto him and find a couple of kills in the early part of the game, the first like 15 minutes or so. And then if you have that good early start and then actually keep the progression going, your Aghanim Scepter timing should be around the same time as he gets up his picks up his BKB. So you get that pure damage, the BKB piercing damage, to actually deal with the Gyrocopter and his magic immunity. But I guess the Wisp with the overcharge, you are, nullifying or mitigating a ton of that nuke power from Lina. You block it, you heal it back up, and you don't get that instant nuke down onto the Gyrocopter. So we'll see how they fare. But this is something we're seeing a fair bit, is the Wisp not being paired up with natural partners like Tiny, like Sven, but being used as this sort of transitional hero from lane to lane, where you go mid, you stack, you control runes, you go to the off lane. And I think that's where he's strongest, being able to move from mid to off lane, give the off lane hero like Spirit Breaker or Clockwork or whatever the chance to go and fight up against the supports or even the core hero, contest runes, contest pull spots, and then also build up bank for your mid and core heroes as well. He's great, a multifaceted support that in the later games can also play aggressively and defensively with that relocate tether. You find a lot of openings with that. That's a hero that I've been wanting to see all night. There have been a bunch of situations where an Ancient Apparition I felt would have been an amazing pick. Chilling Touch, very good if you are going to run something like an aggro tri-lane and push hard into the enemy. And if you know that the opponent are going to be running dual lanes here with a Wisp and Dazzle, these two supports don't really pair up together that well, you can go aggro tri. AA with the Chilling Touch does very well there. Ice Blast, obviously, leave the best till last. Against the dual heal strat here from the supports, the Shadow Wave, Tether, the mech, whatever you go for, Urn, Bottle. Ice Blast completely shuts that down.
Dire team pick.
So AA does have a bunch of ways to actually deal with this combination from Complexity. Then they've got the long-range initiation from Tusk Snowball, Lina Yules to set up the fight as well. Complexity wanted a little bit of counter-initiation. Someone who's strong in the lanes as well. Beastmaster with the Boar. You can actually battle it out with a couple of these supports. Maybe not the AA with a Chilling Touch. And probably not with a Phantom Lancer with the Lancers being thrown at him. But Beastmaster will offer you that Roar. Something to lock down the Lina, lock down that AA, while maybe the Gyro can come in with a good call down and Rocket Barrage. But what do we look at here for their final picks? Because Boreal, they've got... I'm looking at this Lina and it's like 90% sure for me that it's mid. The Tusk isn't entirely locked down towards the off lane, and maybe I'd be more inclined to ban out something like a Clockwork here. Just the fact that you can have Tusk roaming around the AA as that hard support in lane, stacking and pulling. Then Tusk is like this Earthshaker kind of hero, where you look for the movement forward with the Lina. You snowball, you get the LSA, the Dragon Slave, and you look for kills on that middle lane. But you don't know who's middle lane here from Complexity, so keeping your options open is always great. While coL, I'm almost certain they're looking for their mid. Beastmaster off, Gyro safe, Dazzle IO supports.
10 seconds remaining.
But Beastmaster mid has been run, of course, in the past.
5 seconds
Not sure
remaining.
it does exceptionally well against the Lina. Maybe Wild Axes and Boars can deal with that. The Dragon Slave and Lightstrike Array, though, is always going to be that threat. Being thrown at you is difficult to handle. Actually ban out the Ember Spirit there. Could have been a decent mid. Does get shut down a little bit by the Lina in the laning stage, but against the Phantom Lancer, I guess that's a pretty sound ban. All around. Pretty solid. Dazzle could, they could run that Wisp Ember mid actually. I like that ban more and more now I think about it. MVP Phoenix did this a lot as well with a QO Ember. They'd run Ember Wisp and they just run at people. They'd control runes, they'd get him the farm he needs, and then he would be that mid to late
10
game
seconds
strength
remaining.
that they would really require against the PL.
5 seconds
Because now you're looking at this mid game Gyrocopter. Okay, he deals with the Phantom Lancer.
Reserve
You
time.
can actually clear out the illusions with Flat Cannon, cool down. But later on in the game, Gyrocopter does get his ass handed to him by the PL. Phantom Rush really does enable that. You get the Doppelganger, you can dodge out Rocket Barrage and cool down. You got the Phantom Rush to charge out of that damage. And they're just going to go with a stock standard
Dire
pick of the
team
Queen of Pain.
pick.
Once again, left till the very end of the draft. And we're seeing this more and more often now. Queen of Pain just kind of not ignored, but there are stronger picks to actually be taken first that she's left until the end, and Earthshaker will be the final hero from Boreal. So I still don't know if this is going to be Tusk off lane or Earthshaker off lane, but I'd guess now that it's Tusk off, Earthshaker going to be looking towards the middle lane. Try get the Fissure into LSA combo. Once Lina hits level 3, you're going to be looking for these kills on the Quap. It's pretty simple. So high ground Observer Ward for the Quap is going to be vital here, especially once you get into that sort of 2.5, 3 minute mark for the rotations from.
Prepare for battle.
And that's, once you get the rotations from that Earthshaker, things do get a little bit scary. What are they doing? Safe lane Beastmaster, aggro try here. Interesting. Now I was saying that Dazzle and Wisp aren't the best pairing of heroes. Especially not aggressively. But if you just want a static lane where Gyrocopter farms and farms and farms, and the Phantom Lancer will not be allowed to get into range of that creep wave, because you've got double range supports plus a ranged carry. The Phantom Lancer is going to be pretty much shut out. The AA can try and come in and help, but he's got 500 HP, 2 armor, can't really last himself up against things like the right clicks out from Gyro and Dazzle.
To battle.
Physical damage from that poison touch. I'm just wondering about this Earthshaker, whether that Fissure will irritate them much up on top lane, because if they force the 2 supports up there, which they could well do, that means then the Lina doesn't have that aggressive option too often. Doesn't have the Earthshaker Fissure to set things up. And once the Earthshaker leaves, top lane knows what's up. They can go play aggressively up into the Phantom
The
Lancer.
battle begins.
Another thing worth noting is that, his mana pool, 221, he gets 1 Fissure. He gets 1 Fissure, and then he's sitting there thinking, well, I've got to wait another 30 seconds until I can have a second one. But he will block off for the Tusk, so yeah, Jeppin's Tusk off lane. PQ on your support, Earthshaker, while mid lane. Pizza Dad 37 on the Lina. Crits AA and Drek on that PL up at top. Dual off lane, Z-Freak and Zizzy up on this top lane. The Wisp and the Gyrocopter, while Way2, the Dazzle, will make his way up there. Meander his way up to that top lane. Swindle Melons, Queen of Pain. Against this Lina, he's positioned himself well, not getting hit by that Dragon Slave. What's the matchup bot lane? MJW with a double board now up against this Tusk. I don't know about this matchup. I'd assume the Beastmaster wins. The fact that he's got the harass from double bore. His base damage is ridiculously high. He's a 13 higher. His armor's good. All round, he is a stronger hero. Like level 1 especially, up against this Tusk. Level 2, level 3 also. Level 2 bore is going to be a pain in the backside for this Tusk, definitely. That the damage already coming out. Swindles salved himself up. Pizza Dad even before level 3, piling on the pressure there. But now Dragon Slave is up to level 2. Earthshaker up the top. What are these supports up to? Contesting pulls, making sure the crit cannot control lane equilibrium, and yeah, that's what they do. You keep the lane static. You make sure that the Phantom Lancer is sort of boxed out into this area, where he can't really get into range of the creep wave in this zone. So look, he's got to stand up here, away from the gyro as much as he can. But they have pushed the wave. With the Flat Cannon harass, they'll push this wave back into the tier 1, and then it'll shove back down to sort of this area. But not before they dive. Not before they dive onto the tier 1. Chilling Touch turns it back around. The Shadow Wave, though, onto PQ. Zizzy dropping low. They've got another Lance in a second, and a Doppelganger as well, but the Grave comes out. And they cannot finish off the gyro. Maybe with another Fissure. A second. Until they've got it. There we go. Lines it up. Lands it. Zizzy looking for the kill on crit. Way2 heals himself up. And there is not another Lance here. Drac doppelgangered, and maybe he's in trouble as well. Rocket barrage on cooldown for 2. There's no Fisher to save him, but there's a creep wave and a tower. I think he should be okay, but that's a pretty devastating start. Diving a little bit too far and the heal out, the salves from way 2. And from that gyrocopter. Really proving too much. The Phantom Lancer now has no regen, no mana, no aggressive potential. The Earthshaker, Observer Ward is placed there, but that's spotted out by the Radiant. They know exactly what's up. No sentries yet available to try and deward that. But what the hell happened at this middle lane? Lina has been forced out of mid by a Queen of Pain. Level 2 Shadow Strike, apparently unexpected there from the Lina. Level 1 in that Scream. Oh my god. Sorry. Sorry guys, I apologize. It's been a long old day. It's been a long old day. It's only 2 AM. Oh god. Last hits are up there. Last hits are up there. If I had gone for much longer, if I had gone to like the 5-minute mark without putting that up, I don't know. I'll just end it. Just end it. 16, 15, 14. The Radiant definitely with the advantage here on the lanes, without a shadow of a doubt. Tusk, 12 and 2. He's doing decently down here, but he is getting zoned out a little bit, running low on the old mana and regen front. This Queen of Pain, I think this is the lane though. The fact that Lina isn't having the dominating start, and like I said, Earthshaker cannot make the rotation down. He cannot set up kills for the Lina, which you'd love to do against the Queen of Pain. Earthshaker's biggest strength is that from fog, if he's smoked or not, you know, stand up on top of this cliff, get the Fisher down onto the Queen of Pain, then you LSA, you Dragon Slave, and more times than not, you get the kill on that quad. It's the 6 and 2 Phantom Lancer that's the killer though. That really is the most painful thing for your one-roll carry, especially when you're being dived once again. Chilling Touch is laid out here. And Zizzy dropping low on the old HP. PQ on the retreat. Way 2. Graven heal available. Should be okay. For now. I don't think he escapes from this with his life. He's just trying to draw them as long as he can. But they dived. They didn't get the kill. The dad has no boots. He has a DD rune bottled up. But Dragon Slave, LSA, no. He's gone. That rotation was the wonkiest thing I've ever seen. Dive tier 1. Hey guys, look, we failed to dive. Let's go and gank middle lane with our Gyro Wisp. It worked in the end. And that's worth it fully. Dazzle for the Alina. Definitely worth the trade. In fact, the Tusk had to rotate up the top as well. Earthshaker now getting a bit of XP and gold, especially with that Hawk kill. Gets his first last hit of the game. But MJW, Mango, I wonder. He's gone for the Bottle Wand, but do you go Necro here or the Blink? I think Blink Roar is going to be difficult against the PL. Against the other 4 heroes, it's obviously going to be a great starting move. Just to have that initiation tool. But against the PL, I don't think it's that great. If you've got this pretty heavy sustain pushing lineup, Necro maybe is the way to go. And you can just charge it towards the Lina, get it onto that AA. Because AA is not going to have level 6 anytime soon. Oh, what? What? Okay, you are the MVP. Regardless of whether you win or lose, you just won the game, honestly. That's ridiculous. Hello? Denying the tower with an illusion. Okay. Okay. I'm done. The game's over now. Crit leeching experience from the side pull here. There's the Phantom Lancer. That's a waste of mana, honestly. Okay, he's got the bottle, so he's got a little bit of sustain there. But you're not doing anything. Like, that Lance does not accomplish anything. 90 mana for a Shadow Wave, 130 for a Lance. It's just not efficient, in my opinion. And I'm wondering now if they're going to know about the Star Observer Ward, because they've pushed this lane pretty hard. The vision that the Dire now have over them is pretty nice, Swindles. Who have you found? Crit! Level 3 Scream and Sonic Wave should be failed. I'm not going to go for it. If he'd found him here and just walked straight into him, that would have been a kill. But the fact that he went around, got fogged and juked by accident, It's a little unfortunate.
Radiant's middle
stacked in the
tower
camps
is under
here.
attack.
Entrance not stacked, Radiant side.
Dire's
No
top
real
tower
stacks there
is
from them,
under
and obviously the
attack.
Dire have not had access to their jungle at all. So neither of these teams is really looking
Radiant's
for that
middle
one big
tower
burst
is
of
under
gold.
attack.
It's all been about laning phase. Radiant have won the laning phase hands down. And I'm just wondering how Boreal come back into this.
You are simply not worthy.
It's going to take a hell of a lot. Yeah, snowball into Laguna Blade or something like that onto the Gyrocopter. Then you've got Z-Freak here with his 5-stick charges bottle and keeps Zizzy alive for a fairly long time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At least Phantom Lancer now is up to 17 last hits. It's honestly not that bad. As long as the rest of his team can actually make space for him from 12 minutes onwards, then he can actually get his farm on, get Aquila, drums, BOTs, and try and split as much
Dire's
as he
middle
can.
tower is under
Because
attack.
catch power here, to try and stop him using Doppelganger anyway, is limited.
Dire's
They don't have that
structures
instant
are
hex or
fortified.
instant stun. They've got Roar. And that's it. They honestly do not have any stuns
Dire's middle
outside of that
tower
ultimate.
has fallen.
So Phantom Lancer, he's got a decent way of actually lasting through the mid game. And maybe that's their answer. They just outlast Complexity here. Complexity are pretty much all in on the early game, and they need to keep this ball rolling. They need to out-level, out-farm, and out-maneuver Boreal every step of the way. So that's why they've got to come back up the top, keep the pressure onto this PL, and make sure his net worth stays as low as it is right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Way too.
Dire's
Dragon
bottom
Roshan out of
tower
his
is
pit.
under attack.
That's pretty obvious now that he's got a ward up there. Dire see everything. Dire see everything coming. Crit needs his level 6, but where does he find it? Lina gonna take out the jungle, Phantom Lancer, as well as Earthshaker. Everyone needs farm on this team, and the Tusk is hiding. Like, Tusk is the highest net worth hero on the Dire. Arcanes with his bottle, DD, hiding away in that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's the one that you've got to look out for. He is their main way through this game. Gyro going for phase boots. Okay, they have started stacking. Oh no, they haven't. Stack did not work. Now, phase boots versus treads on Gyro has been like an
Dire's
interesting
bottom
topic for
tower
me.
is under attack.
And I feel like phase boots is the way to go with the Helm of the Dominator if you do stack ancients, and you get that bigger burst damage, right? The phase boots give you the damage onto the flat cannon, and you just burst through the ancients pretty nicely. The treads is a little more efficient for tread switching, to int for rocket barrage, back to agi for farming jungle, then onto strength when you're fighting and you're taking stuns, you're taking hits. If you take down single camps, one by one, there are no big stacks. Treads
Dire's
is
bottom
obviously
tower
more
is
efficient.
under attack.
Oh
Dire's
wow!
structures
He's
are
even gone for a
fortified.
quelling blade. Well, that just increases his farm efficiency by a million
Dire's
%.
bottom tower has fallen.
But when is he going to go sit back and farm? That's the question. Because they have been on the all-out offensive for the past 10 minutes. It's only 2-1. They haven't found many kills, but they've been limiting what Boreal can do with the map. Every single lane has been like a no-go zone for Boreal. Lina still doesn't have Yule Scepter. 12 minutes is probably one of the better timings for Yules, but this is going to be something like 40. Wait, let's check the courier first. Yeah. It's going to be more like a 14, 30 minute. 40 minute, 30 second Yule Scepter, something along those lines.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
She gets some ridiculous kills. Or if she steals some stacks, but like I said, nothing going.
Radiant's bottom tower
5
is under
heroes in the
attack.
top third of the map here. Complexity. They don't want this PL getting any farm at all. Oh, Drek, you wanted the Hawk, but you're not going to get it this time, buddy. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They've got to try and deal with this Crit is level 6. The Ice Blast is actually ticking Zizzy over. I thought maybe Lina would go for that. Laguna Blade Dragon Slave would have secured that kill. But now they're on the hunt from their own jungle. The shards, Z-Freak tethers over. And the punch tether. Not keeping locked down. MJW though, he wants the raw. PQ has been caught. That should be a pretty simple takedown. The sigil. Is that going to slow them enough? The shards will block out the rest of the team. But the Queen of Pain has a blink and a sonic wave. With the mobility, they've got the tether over from the Wisp, the heal, the sustain. There's no Ice Blast there, and Boreal are getting picked apart one by one.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Gyro
attack.
got the free farms down at bot lane. And the fact that he is so far ahead of this PL, he can just keep on balling out of control. Yeah, 5k net worth, Ice Blast now with the Laguna Blade. He's going to dodge it though, not going to get hit. And that means there's going to be no kill either. He's quick on his feet with those phase boots.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And at this stage, 7,500 net worth lead
Dire's structures are
for
fortified.
complexity. Like 13
Dire's
minutes?
middle tower is under attack.
That's absurd. There's a little bit of a dip there where they got that they got that one kill, but 2,000 experience is fine. That's like acceptable. Boreal have been finding experience. They've been finding their levels. They just haven't been allowed to last hit. That's the biggest deal here. They can't control jungle, the lanes they cannot get into. And the Radiant have just been outstripping them. This Queen of Pain is meant to go even in that Lina lane. Is then meant to lose the lane if the Earthshaker is actually part of it, with the Fissure into combo I was mentioning. But that never happened. That never came to fruition. And Dazzle now being given a little bit of experience in gold in middle lane, gets himself a little bit. So the Observer's up, his Arcanes, he's pretty happy with himself. The Orchid over on the Quap though. This is not an Orchid rush. Null, Wand, Treads, Bottle, and Orchid is going to come out pre-16 minutes. That's a big deal. I really love Quelling Blade on Radiant Gyro. It's so ridiculous, like, the fact that he wasn't safe lane, and they didn't stack camps, it's obviously not as efficient, but the way that you can cut down this tree, and you can call down all 3 of these camps by pulling them across into here, it's just crazy. Honestly, just crazy. There's no other, like, hero that can really do that, and you especially can't do it over on the Dire side. Because then you get yourself like a massive amount of experience in gold. If Gyro doesn't, like, he's got himself a lot of gold. Experience-wise, he's not that great. Like, you look at the hero levels. 11 and 10, Beastmaster's probably closing in on level 11. But the PL is out-leveling the Gyrocopter. The fact that Gyro has been moving from lane to lane, trying to find these places to farm and eking out every little last hit he can find. He's been missing out on the XP. He hasn't really sat in one place to leech out the levels. A little bit low in my ear. There you go. 1530. We're on that Orchid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Beastmaster's going for the Necro. I really didn't think the Blink was the way to go. Maybe you could go for the greedy BOT's build, or, I don't know, a Midas build. The Greaves Arcanes wouldn't be too bad on him either. Just the fact that you are piling on the pressure, but against an AA, I always wonder about the mech build. Wait, where did... Okay.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Am I going crazy? I definitely saw the Ice Blast tracker go out, and it's on cooldown. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Midas being built by Crit is going to be very, very delayed. But you do have the 16-minute Yule Scepter up on the Lina. I don't know if they'll be looking for kills right now. Maybe a smoke. Oh, they denied the tower. Okay, tower denied. But you're still going to clear out the creep wave.
Dire's
Then watch out for
middle
Ward
tower has
and
been
Hawk.
denied.
and then smoke. Kill off the Hawk and they think they're safe. Let's have a look at this. Okay, Radiant Observer doesn't see this coming. So it should be okay to smoke up on the high ground, but look at who they're walking into. The smoke out from Complexity. You're going to see the Tusk. Smoke revealed with the Orchid as well. Fisher will block off Swindle. And Jeffrins, you're going to die to this Orchid burn. No, not quite. Ice Blast now onto MVW. No, not going to land. And the blink out. Swindles doesn't get hit, but the call down will land. Heat to that 37. Flax down. But still healthy enough to turn and fight.
Thanks.
And only the Earthshaker dies. That's decent for Boreal. The fact they could have lost 4, maybe even 5 there. That's a win for them. They do lose out a little bit. The fact that they lose a bunch of ultis. Laguna Blade is still available. Lina can still go hunting. And right now is really the best time to go and do it. You know that the enemy have used their ultimates. They don't have Relocate to come and help. No Roar to stop you. No Queen of Pain to come in to try and limit your actions either.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Someone in chat said Tinker can. Okay. Yes, Tinker can clear out these 3 camps, but I'm pretty sure he can't do it at level 6. Because when you're level 6, you're not going to have Soul Ring rearm. Most of the time, anyway. Unless you're completely crushing the game. But yes, Tinker can do it. Swindles, there we go. Ice Blast will fly, but it's all too late. Queen of Pain is already dead. Phantom Lancer still hasn't died yet. He is slowly, surely building himself up. Complexity, they've got that 10k lead, but it doesn't mean that much if you can't actually push up high ground just yet. Diffuse all the Diffusal plate. So Drake's not going for the BOTs, he doesn't want to dodge fight, he wants to be a part of them. I guess with the Ice Blast Laguna Blade you can actually do this, just run at them and try and deal with the Gyrocopter and Queen of Pain head on. Right now, it's a case of holding your own, trying to farm as much as you can, as efficiently as you can for the Dire, while the Radiant are just poking and prodding. Looking for the sly little move, maybe across the Ancients, getting the vision down. Look at these sentries from the Dire. The Dire have expended how much? 2, 4, it's like 600 gold, plus the Observer wards. Yeah, we're looking at 800 gold there. On D wards. On Observer wards, just to give them the vision and counter out those obs that Complexity are placing down everywhere. Forward onto PQ, the stick charges. Does the burn finish him off? Yes, it does. Earthshaker. He burns out the ulti though. They'll get the tier 2 and maybe Roshan here.
Bottom tower has fallen.
I think the Dire know. The Dire have pinged out. Roshan, probably where they're going to head. They're taking tier 2 to kill off our Earthshaker.
Radiant's top tower
Can
is
they
under
contest?
attack.
Because okay, Lena's TPing back to try and regen up. I think they'll make their move over, but the Radiant, they don't want an inch of this. They're actually going back to farm a little bit more. Have we seen her in an aggressive relocate yet? I don't think we have. Look at this. Look at this. Bye. 2 cooldowns used. 3 camps gone. No need to march rearm. Screw Tinker. Gyro's the man. He's the only Keen I want in my life. Swindles. Got to be wary. There's an Ice Blast and a Yule Scepter ready to be thrown at you. The PL, he may be a juicy target up at top, but if you do jump forward, they've got people behind him. So yeah, TP towards middle lane. I don't feel they need to defend this tier 1 just yet. They can apply a little more pressure towards mid, then push up through Dire Jungle. Basically what you can do is you push up here, and then you make the run through, and then you can defend tier 1 top anyway, and then push back out. And that way you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Are they going to smoke? Oh, okay. Hey look, there's the line drawn by the Dire. Like, the lane has been pushed. It's a super obvious move. Like, if I'm calling it, it is super obvious,
Radiant's
right?
top tower is under attack.
So Boreal, they know what's up. They cannot be safe up on this top lane. Complexity. Oh, they don't go for the actual sweep across towards the top tier 1. They go for a nice little observer ward placement. A little bit higher up on the lane, and now they're moving back down towards middle. So the Dire might feel they're safe here. But the fact that they've seen 2 up at top, crit. Oh, he's going to get scouted. There's no stun. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. He's himself out. Not a single tower has
Radiant's
fallen yet for
bottom
the Dire,
tower
though.
is under attack.
Okay, we've got your defusal. Got your defusal on the Phantom Lancer. But what can you do with it? They feel so forced into a situation where they need to farm. I don't know if they can fight. Complexity have been grouping up as 5. Maybe a 5-man Ice Blast can actually get them that little lead they need in the team fight. Way too, though, with his obs, with his sentry down already for the... Okay, that's going to expire before they get themselves across. So the D-Ward won't be coming out. Now they do a little bit of a scout onto Roshan. Who have they found? Oh, crit. No, you went for a little bit of a warding excursion, but that's a PGG move. And now they'll D-Ward. More likely than not, they'll actually take Roshan this time. The Earthshaker kill and the tier 2 takedown up at this bottom lane, that was great, obviously. But with the AA gone, with no Ice Blast, that is the linchpin ultimate here. Without Ice Blast, the Dire cannot fight. Because that's the one ability that gives them the capability to outlast with the Guardian Greaves and the Tusk. They can heal themselves up and keep themselves fresh. But the Ice Blast stops the 2 supports from their actual Radiant side from keeping their team alive. There's going to be no Tether heal, no heal from that Shadow Wave. Honestly, this is just a clinic. Complexity completely out-farming Boreal at this moment. But you can still have this swing. That's why Complexity are playing so carefully. They're not bull rushing into situations where they can give away unnecessary kills. Swindles isn't that far ahead. 10,000, 11,000 net worth. He's got Orchid and almost BKB. Almost BKB isn't good enough. You need a full BKB. So they do need these bigger, tier 4 items, the key items that they can actually go and push high ground with. Completely crush a team fight. Then you look at the Gyrocopter. 3,600 built up. A Butterfly wouldn't be out of place here. A BKB would still be very good. Because that's that timing I was talking about with the Lina. The fact that Yule Scepter usually comes up, you can find kills on the Gyro during the laning phase, and then you get the Aghanims at around the same time he gets a BKB. That just hasn't actually happened. She'll now look for the Ice Blast with the starting hit onto Swindle's Yule Scepter. Oh, I'm not sure about this now. Yeah, Ice Blast is going to miss. Oh, Swindle's finds Pizza Dad. Do they have a stun? They don't. Guess what? Their only stun is the Beastmaster Roar. He does, though, have a Necro 3, a Gem, and a Lance. Seven to 2. 26 minutes in. It's been super quiet on the kill front. Like, I've got to give it to them. Boreal, they know their limits. They know that if they step out of bounds, even for a split second, they can get ripped apart. They can get nuked into oblivion. Yeah, Butterfly for the Gyro. So they have actually done an excellent job here, getting the little farm that they have. The PL has managed to get the Fuser Blade, and I'm guessing BOTs is next. It's still interesting to me that he didn't go for the BOTs first. But I guess he just wants to purge off that Orchid. Purge the Orchid with a Diffusal Blade, TP himself away. And off to safety he goes. But yeah, they honestly haven't died that much. Earthshaker is the one that's died 3 times, twice on the AA, and these are deaths that you can kind of give away. They are write-offs. They aren't really that important kills for Complexity. And the fact that coL haven't done anything with that Roshan, they've done nothing with Aegis of the Immortal, just speaks wonders for Boreal, and the fact that they've been able to play so defensively. They've kept their wards, they've kept their vision up, sentries have been placed in the right places to get these observer wards away from Complexity, and that also has had this knock-on effect. Swindles, he's 2-1-3. He hasn't had that snowball he'd love to have as the Queen of Bane. He hasn't been able to jump in and find kill after kill after kill. There have been... Wait, there's been one Beastmaster Roar that I can remember. I don't think there have been multiple. There have been a couple of cooldowns, but all of these aggressive abilities from Complexity just haven't been utilized to the full extent that they could, because Boreal have been playing so well. Sure, they've got defensive supports or defensive heroes in the Tusk, Snowball, save and pick people up. Earthshaker Fisher can keep Complexity at bay for a short while as well. They are just trying to wait it out. With the PL, that's what you've got to do. You've got to try. Wait as long as you can. Build up the Phantom Lancer. Outlast. Outfarm. Outmaneuver. That's what Complexity have been doing for you, or doing to you. That's what you've got to try and aim to do to them. In about 20 minutes time. Okay, maybe a little bit earlier. Maybe 10 minutes time when the PL has, I don't know, an SNY or whatever he goes for. I'm not entirely sure what the optimal item is here. Skadi, possibly? Of course, Matistal wouldn't be bad against the Orchid. Swindles, he's realised he's not going to get the kills he wants. It's time to go back to farming. Next item up, what do you reckon? Shiva's Guard, go for a Hex even. I think good old Lockdown's going to be pretty useful here. Or you transition over into that physical right-click build with like AC, MKB, things like that. Because this build is still pretty open. The Orchid gives you the attack speed, gives you the slight lockdown with that silence and the soul burn damage afterwards. BKB obviously allows you to tank through. Keep yourself alive, then you've got Grave, you've got Heal, you've got Sustain from these guys in the back, your supports. So you could go for a more aggressive, physical right-click based build here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Or you could just go for spellcasting co-op. Go for Hex or Shivas, then Refresher a little bit later on. Phantom Lancer. Stop playing. He's being chased down, but does he die here? The answer is no. When was the last kill? Like 23 minutes. That was like 6 minutes ago. The last kill was like 6 minutes ago. What's going on? Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw, I really liked that picture that came out. Someone basically shaved the faces of Ice Blast, Zizzy. Test it out. Dodges that out. With the Glimmer Cape, he's kept safe and healthy by the rest of his team. Phantom Lancer Illusions tried to rush him down, but he's okay. But yeah, someone photoshopped a picture where they shaved the faces of Dota heroes. So like Phantom Lancer was shaved, didn't have his beard anymore. No little sideburns or mutton chops, whatever you want to call them. Axe looked pretty cool as well with his clean shaven face. I liked it. And then of course, Wikram goes full Photoshop wizard mad. And creates a Breaking Bad parody of Phantom Lancer. It was pretty cool. Dark light. Smoke. Yeah, no complexity of split here. Radiant observers are watching out, but they don't see this coming. Yule's up. Oh! The Tusk, Snowball not going to land there, and with the Grave down, Laguna Blade is wasted. MJW, the Sonic Wave, gets it across them all. AA Tusk dead, I'll take a fall straight after as well. Pizza Dad TP away, just about escapes, and now the Phantom Lancer on the retreat. That Sonic Wave from Swindles, holy crap, that's the game winner right there. Buyback from Earthshaker, and they're finally going to be able to breach high ground. There's no buyback on the AA or the Tusk. There's no Ice Blast. Still an Echo Slam to actually try and get in here, but can you walk into the middle of these 5 heroes? There's nothing to stop them healing and pushing. And Complexity back themselves up. With the AA alive, they can't really go any deeper. But they get themselves 3 more kills. That's what's important, guys. 10-2. We've had a kill. It took like 10 minutes. But we got one. We got one. We got 3. The Gyrocopter is 502 with 300 last hits. He's got himself a Demon Edge on top of his SNY and Butterfly. What did Queen of Pain go for? Nothing yet? Yeah, 4.5k. Saving up. Roshan is respawning. Ice Blast. Gonna try and scout it or stop it. See what's happening over there. It's still super hard for coL to actually push up, and you can see that. They're so skittish about getting up onto high ground. The Ice Blast, the Fissure, the Lina spamming a Dragon Slave after Dragon Slave. It's just an immense amount of high ground defense here from Boreal, and it's giving them time. It's buying them so much time for this PL. On the 2400, he can start building up into a Yasha, maybe buy an Ultimate Orb. Hell, he can go up and open up a pizza shop or something for Pizza Dad, I don't know. Because Pizza Dad has an Aghanim Scepter. He's done really well for himself, actually, thinking about it. The Shadow Blade has given him a little more room to maneuver. Push down lanes a little bit harder than maybe he normally would. But you have to be very wary of the positioning of the Beastmaster. If the Beastmaster gem is around, obviously you're going to be able to see the Shadow Blade. But it's the roar, it's the boars, it's then the fact that you can relocate in on top. The Beastmaster acts as this conduit where he sees and he sets up. The Gyrocopter comes in and he secures. Get themselves a second Roshan. Zizzy takes the Aegis and... Okay. I was wondering, did they relocate up there? No, I guess the Wisp was up here, then relocated up. That's a pretty nice move, actually. Nifty. Nifty! And now they can push multiple lanes at once. They got bot pushing in, mids going towards the tier 3 as well. And also stopping this PL. He can afford a little item if he wants it. 3200. Oh, Z-Freak, there we go. Gyrocopter cooldown. MKB proc, not there. Not being able to stop Selena from TPing away. Oh god. Yes. 1,000 gold away from his blink dagger. Quap stunned up. No, BKB actually looking to turn and fight this maybe. It's the Shadow Strike. The silence is purged off, but that's a BKB wasted out from Swindles. Top lane. Oh, okay. Gyrocopter straight out to the tier 3. Yeah, then for the trap, gets it with the shards. Now the snowball in. Zizzy does not have a BKB of his own. Fisher locking him in. He might turn and fight this. He's got the damage. Does he have to sustain? A secondary life available with that Aegis Immortal, of course. He instead has Laguna Blade. The rest of the team, though. 2 members coming in from the Radiant. Ice Blast lands onto Gyro. The Greaves heal up the rest of the Dire. Now, Zizzy, Laguna Blade still there, ready and available, and takes him out. A mega kill streak goes over to Pizza Dad, but he's dead. 70 seconds of that's available. So he can come back into this fight. And I'm wondering if Gyro does as well. Without relocate, they can't. They can't actually bring the Gyro back up. So tier 3 going to drop low. They really don't want to buy back the Lina here. So Glyph, spam, do everything you can just to stop Swindles from taking the tier 3. But I'm pretty sure you go up onto the high ground, you right click it down, and now you back yourselves up. Do not overextend. Do not get yourselves into a position where you're taken out by that Earthshaker Fisher. But this pressure, it feels almost insurmountable. Boreal at 25,000 net worth behind. I'm not going to say anything. 20,000 experience behind. And their Phantom Lancer is, like, the PL is yet to fight. He is 0-0-1, and that one assist was 5 minutes into the game? Where is it? It's the kill on the Dazzle. There. 4.5 minutes into the game, whatever it is. Between 0 and 9:15. 4.5 minutes in. 33 minutes later, he has had 0 kill participation. 0 teamfight impact. He has been farming. He has been split pushing and doing whatever he can to dodge fights. When he joins a fight, it is going to be so surprising here for Complexity that they're going to get hit by this absolute truck of power. Because a Phantom Lancer, once he gets these items up, he can hit pretty damn hard. He has a surprising amount of force behind him. And what has he actually got? So Mantis Star is like 900 gold away. He can start running down the Wisp, the Dazzle. He can look for the kills on the back end if he can get the positioning right. So the Lina will look for the Shadow Blade forward, the Yules onto someone like the Quap to force the BKB. Maybe you go for the Yules onto the Wisp to stop things like the relocate back, or I don't know, Yules onto Gyro because he has no BKB to block out the Light Strike Array. You can always get that combo down. So there's a couple of targets there with a couple of different reasons why you go for them. But the PL will always really be looking to either finish off the Gyro if they do go for him with a combo, or go for the supports. Kill off the Dazzle and Wisp because they are the sustain heroes. If they don't get hit by Ice Blast, you need to kill them off. Okay. Crit gave up on Midas quite some time ago. Treads. There we go. He has an item. He has an item. MJW, what have you got? Is that a full 8? Wait, how much gold has he got? He's got a full AC. Holy shit, okay. Well, Beastmaster is stacked. He's going to have a ton of armor. That's really good against the PL. They've got Butterfly and Gyro to deal with Phantom Lancer. AC Vlad's on the Beastmaster to deal with Phantom Lancer. Dazzle and Wisp to deal with Alina. Once again, it's going to come down to Earthshaker and AA. These are the two heroes that you have to look at and say, they hold the key to teamfight winning here for Boreal, honestly. Ice Blast and Fisher. Echo Slam, not really going to be great until you get the Blink Dagger. Maybe you can walk in and get a good one. Wait, okay, Wisp is invis. I was wondering, like, why aren't they going on him? Why don't you just go forward and kill the Wisp? And obviously, it's very difficult to tell when Wisp is invis. Where are they going? There's no one here. PLTB's bot split pushes away. PQ has a TP, so he can get himself out of dodge as well. I wonder, will the smoke break? Nah, Earthshaker's gone. Oh, I'm not going to scout him. So, once again, Boreal draw the attention of Complexity all the way to the top lane. Bot lane now is pushing into tier 1, and okay, it's a given that Boreal haven't taken a single tower yet. But Complexity aren't gaining anything on the map either. The Gyro no longer has Aegis to Immortal. He does have 4,000 gold, which he can go and spend on something hopefully soon. But you've nearly got a Lotus Orb on the Dazzle. He's got Glimmer Cape, Arcades. Yeah, there we go. That's 700, 600 gold away from it.
Bottom tower has fallen.
That's big. That's potentially the game changer right there. If they can land Ice Blast Echo Slam with that Blink Dagger onto, what, 3, 4 heroes?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I can win them a team fight. And honestly, a one team fight here is like a 9k gold swing or 10k gold swing or something ridiculous like that. Oh, got the Ice Blast flying over to Roche. Not going to see too much though. What did he go for? Lincolns and Shivas is what the crop actually decided to buy into. A little more defensive than I expected, not going for the right-click physical build, but also not going for the casting Hex Refresher build I was kind of looking towards. But again, Shiva's so good against PL, the armor you get is going to be pretty good against this Tusk as well. And then Lincoln's against the Lina, like, it... That's really easy to explain. Very good defensive build here, and the fact you can put it onto the Gyrocopter, put that Linkers onto him so he doesn't get comboed either. He's got that Satanic to outlast as well. So even if he does get hit by the Ice Blast from the AA and nuke down, he can try and back himself up, maybe get relocated back to Fountain or something, come back into the fight, Satanic, heal himself back up, and it almost acts as a secondary life.
Away!
42 minutes in. 16 kills. This is how we do it, boys. Rax finally getting chipped away at, but nope, they back themselves away. Run! Run before you get hit by a single range creep projectile or anything. Don't take any damage. Complexity will not stand for this. They will, though, with Beastmaster Illusion, kill off the Observer Ward that's placed up on the high ground there. And I really like the usage of these wards that we didn't even see like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Even when there's a tower standing, placing mobs here, it gives you vision over onto this high ground and into little places like this. And especially during the night time, when you have limited vision and all you see is like this little semicircle here that you just do not see past into this dark area. It's so useful. You get to see when the co-op is getting ready to jump, when the Beastmaster is looking to roar or something like that. And middle lane where the tier 3 is standing, you're also going to see where the Wisp is hiding. If he's looking to try and relocate, tether someone back, you'll know. You'll maybe be able to counter-initiate and get the blink with the Echo Slam from your Earthshaker as well. Oh, no! I missed it. I missed it. I didn't see the first tower. Who destroyed it? Was that Creeps? I mean, it's probably the PL, right? Phantom Master destroyed the tower. How long ago was that? Like 2 minutes ago. Oh, BKB. Hopped. Over on the side. Okay, it's here. Swindles. It's killing the Earthshaker. I was wondering who the hell is going in there. What the hell? They've killed one. They've killed the ES. There's no Blink Echo. And Roshan's alive. So once again, they find the pick. They get the Rosh. But will they do anything with it? Will they go and end the game? Will they kill a tier 3? Will they kill a Rax? All these questions will be answered next year in episode number 2 of Complexity against Boreal Esports, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of months. Their lead has... It's not plateaued, but it's definitely not accelerating at the same rate as it was. Slowing down a little bit here. The Phantom Lance has done, he's made pretty great strides and continuing to farm up to 5,000 gold now, sitting in his little piggy bank. And the Tusk. I was complimenting Lina just earlier on the fact that she had Aghanim. She's like, where did they get this gold from? Complexity are basically pushing the lanes, pushing the waves into them, so Boreal get this farm for free. The AA and Earthshaker are missing out a little bit here, but they're still getting items, they're still getting some value out of the map. Whereas, the first 25-30 minutes, it felt like Complexity had such a great stranglehold that Boreal couldn't farm. Now, they're a little bit afraid, Complexity that is, they're a little bit afraid that they'll get jumped on, that they can't do those 5-man movements, the brute force attacks, shoving down lanes to stop Boreal from farming. So they have had time, they've had a little bit of room as well to get themselves a few nice little items. Bum 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 bum. I wish I could play copyrighted music, but I cannot. Nah, it's gonna go get a whiskey. Okay, I see how it is. Bring me some, please. Please bring me some. And also come and cast me. I'm very lonely. Complexity, they're ready. They want to go for this. There are sentries everywhere from the Dire. Observe Orb up as well, but they've got to be careful. Blink Echo still available with the Ice Blast as well. Grip. They look for the go here, but on the side they're looking for the Hawk. The Vision actually coming out. The Beastmaster and Lincoln's plus Lotus Orb. The Rax just... it goes. There's no recourse here from Boreal. No real way to get themselves into this fight and stop this. PQ is very reluctant to Blink Echo. The Lincolns does actually pop there. Duration ends, but they've got Lotus and Lincolns back up again. Refresher available from Swindles. And that's a full lane of Rax. Still no Echo, still no Ice Blast. I cannot explain why. There was there was a group of like 4 heroes here that you could Echo into, Ice Blast onto, but they didn't want to. It's a Basher PL? Interesting. I guess he just wants to try and face rush the Queen of Pain or something. I still think his job is to go towards the Dazzle of the West. Vision start things off with the LSA, but Swindles blinks forward. BKB, Shiva's Guard, and the Sonic Wave across 2. Drek is kept alive though. Guardian Greaves. Rax is still falling. Blink Echo. You've got to do it. You're losing a second lane of Rax here. You've got to Blink Echo. But Swindles, he's the one that goes forward. Looks for PQ. Raw now onto Pizza Dead. There's the Blink Echo into the middle of 3. Ice Blast on top as well. And they'll find a couple of kills, but coL, they are just outlasting them all. PL trying his best to damage through them. The illusion spawning, spamming. Zizzy dropping low as well as Z-Freak, but there's the mech. There's the heal. There's the sustain. Phantom Lancer dies and buys back the game. And there was no way. It was just like stick charges and heal out onto that gyrocopter. Lanes of Rax gone, and even with the combo, they couldn't finish off Complexity. Now, though, with the buyback PL, they have to make this worth it. Way too. Stunned up by the snowball, call down with Zizzy looking still no satanic. He's got no mana and no HP left. They'll finally find a secondary kill, but he does have Aegis of the Immortal. Yule Scepter, Pizza Dead running away, and the Walrus Punch killed off the Wisp, but can they find more? Gem on the floor. Gyro, he's got room for this. This is so clowny. Here is the graph, guys.
Worthy tribute.
Here is another graph. Here is a thing that shows you the items people have.
Double damage.
With the Gyro not having BKB, I get. Oh, right. Now he has BKB. I was just going to say how great that this halberd was going to be actually from Jeppins. Regardless of the MKB on the Gyro, you know, the evasion's not going to matter. But that disarm could really, really irritate the gyrocopter. But he's got BKB now. He does not really care about it. And this is just going to be another push down towards the middle lane. Raw. The Fisher and Ice Blast. They don't have Echo here. They do have the stuns though. MTW graved up with the call down onto 3. Laguna Blade turned back and triple kill out. The gyrocopter cleaning up house. Out of nowhere. Zizzy gets an ultra kill. I'm sure he's 6 slotted now. But GG is called. PL is the only one left standing. Boreal, they know it's over. They know it's over. Game number 1 goes the way of Complexity. A little bit drawn out, but Boreal, they showed great spirit, holding on for as long as they could. They got their farm, they got their items, but they just could not win in a team fight against Complexity. Guys, I'm going to go get myself a drink of water. I'm sorry if that was a little bit boring, but we'll be back with game number 2 I'll perk myself up, see what we have in store for us in this best of 3. ESL 1 New York qualifiers for NA. Stay tuned.